EJ Johnson has managed to once again get everyone talking because what do you mean he is out here competing with his own mother, Cookie Johnson? I mean, he just recently made those comments about being better than other women. How he only attracts straight men because straight men find him cuter than women.
I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
And baby Wendy Williams is clocking his tea. Wendy has been a strong supporter of black women, and she would never stand for another man trying to tear other women down just so he could validate himself. Wendy slammed EJ for trying to out-diva all women, including his own mother, Cookie Johnson, and called it disgusting. Well, this entire controversy still has people talking. And while a majority of people are also calling out EJ, some are saying that he has the right to make his own choices and shouldn't be judged for them. Okay guys, this entire debate started when EJ recently did an interview with Carlos King where they discussed their journey of self-discovery, emphasizing that they do not seek validation from others and prefer not to be labeled by gender or traditional pronouns. EJ also reflected on the difficulties of growing up in LA as the son of Magic Johnson, navigating elite schools, and being ahead of their time in addressing topics like being gender fluid and non-binary on screen. I mean, it was cool until that point, until he started talking about how he only attracts straight men.
I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels, you know. That's what, like, I don't care what, you know, like, I'm dating someone, I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are. But no, but to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs, I don't go to, you know, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there.
See, he actually doubled down on the comment and described a sense of being out of place in gay spaces because their gender presentation doesn't align with the specific masculine archetype those environments often prioritize. EJ also clarified that while the atmosphere isn't necessarily hostile or shameful, there is a clear lack of romantic interest from the gay men there. And while they enjoy these spaces for casual socializing and having a kiki, they find
not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when...
I don't know if I would consider those men straight, my dear. To be quite honest, those are just DL men. Maybe not straight up gay, because there are a lot of other letters in that alphabet, but they are definitely not straight. EJ, darling. I mean, there is nothing wrong with having a preference, but to say that your preference is men who are closeted, who present themselves as straight, even though they're living a double lifestyle, is problematic. Because not only are these men hiding who they truly are, but they will always keep their relationships with people like EJ a secret due to internalized homophobia and embarrassment, fear of backlash. Speaking of which, y'all remember when Diddy was indicted? One of the things that shocked people the most is the fact that the feds found 1,000 bottles of baby oil during their search that Diddy was allegedly using with the men he was hooking up with. And guess what? One of the people he was rumored to have hooked up with was allegedly EJ. There's even a blind item that made rounds saying that this NBA legend is being brought into the whole producer wannabe rapper mess because his son loved the parties. And the assumption is that the blind report was talking about Magic Johnson, his son EJ, and Diddy. So if these are the kind of men EJ is calling straight, yeah, sure, whatever. By the way, in the interview, EJ was asked if they ever dated a celebrity. And while they said they have not, they admitted that they may have hooked up with one or two in the shadows and refused to say whether there were any rappers. Have you ever liked a celebrity? I've never dated a celebrity. I don't think I've Well, the other thing that really pissed off people was how EJ went on to put down women in this interview, saying they look better than any woman out here, and that's like why they get the straight men. First of all, saying you're better than an entire gender isn't actually a sign of confidence. It's a sign of insecurity. And then, how do they look better than the women that they are copying? Boo, boo, you got your whole aesthetic from women. You cannot outdo the original. That statement rire with misogyny. And quite honestly, no woman is out here looking to be someone's beard. And when I tell y'all that EJ just can't stop pissing off the women, baby, they are doing the most. Recently, he also had an entire handbag etiquette masterclass, which is the perfect example of how they manage to stay under everyone's skin by overstepping into spaces where they have zero expertise. Basically, guys were saying that EJ telling women where they should or shouldn't carry certain bags, they were hitting the peak of mansplaining. It's problematic because it assumes women haven't figured out the correct way to exist in public for the last several centuries without their input. It's not advice. It's an attempt to exert control over the smallest, most personal details of a woman's life. Plus, usually when people give schooling on fashion or etiquette, they have a background in design history or styling. But EJ is essentially just a guy with a microphone and an opinion. When they act like a global authority on feminine style, it really exposes a massive ego. And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, word on the street is that EJ isn't just trying to be a lifestyle guru and talking about how they are better than women. They are actually in a low-key high-stakes competition with their own mother and even his own sister. And this is where Wendy comes in. Like, this man literally got all in his feelings when a guy was paying more attention to his sister than him. Is he sexy? Yes, he's fine. He's a loser. You don't like him either? Okay. I met Anthony over the summer when I was vacationing in the south of France. We flirted, made plans to hook up, and yeah, after that, I've noticed that he was talking a lot with Lisa in the corner, and then the man who led me on is now hooking up with my sister, and I'm supposed to be okay with this. Based on what I've heard, Wendy has reportedly been taking shots at EJ's vibe, pointing out that they are not just competing with their mom, but they are trying to be her. She's allegedly been telling her inner circle that EJ's obsession with feminine high fashion roles is their way of trying to snatch the crown from Cookie. Behind the scenes, the tea is that Wendy finds EJ completely insufferable. And she's allegedly been overheard saying that the constant schooling of women is exhausting. Apparently to Wendy, it's not just annoying. It's a look-at-me cry for attention that has lost its charm. Word is she thinks a man telling women how to carry their Birkins is the height of audacity, especially when they are using their mother's aesthetic as the blueprint. Anywho, at the end of the day, the general consensus is pretty much unanimous. The internet is exhausted. Most people find EJ annoying because they act like a seasoned veteran of life and style, but it feels more like they are just repeating things they heard at their mom's brunch table. Personally, I feel like being iconic is supposed to look effortless, but EJ is making it look like a lot of hard work, and honestly, it's making everyone a little tired. Maybe it's time to put down the rule book, stop the non-existent competition with women, and just enjoy the Birkin without the lectures. Well, there are other people who have spoken in EJ's defense, saying that a lot of the heat they are catching might just be because people aren't comfortable with how they blur the lines, and attacking their ego is just an easy way to mask that. They are saying that EJ has always been unapologetically themselves in a world that tries to put people in boxes. And in their opinion, EJ isn't hurting anyone by being a bit of a diva. The supporters are also of the opinion that Wendy is the queen of messy and her brand is built on dragging people for entertainment. So, just because she allegedly finds EJ insufferable doesn't mean they actually are. I don't know, guys. It's a whole debate out there, but you let me know where you stand in the comments section below.